everybody. I hope you can hear me. We are live on this Sunday at 11 a.m. I have pinned the bottom where you can, hold on, I got feedback. I've pinned the bottom where you can hear the, it's gonna keep giving me feedback. Where you can be on the screen live with me if you want. It's going to be a short one. I'm going to take you the last maybe 10 minutes of the stream. I'm going to take you out to the van so that you can check out the first coat of paint. We're going to put the second coat on today. So it's so exciting. So exciting. Anywho, I'm just going to go in the chat, see who's here. Hey, Susan and Jody and Auntie Catherine. Hey, Miss M, thanks for joining us. And April's here too as well. Good morning to everyone. We have 14 people on the stream. That is good for a Sunday morning. I know our Sunday mornings have gotten smaller than our Saturday mornings used to be, but it's all good. It's no big deal. So don't forget, if you have a question, to put it in all caps with an emoji at the beginning so it draws my attention when I'm checking the chat. Sometimes all caps don't necessarily draw my attention, but I will kind of look at it. If there's an emoji, kind of just gives me a quick glance, because I'm doing a lot of little things on the laptop, which is sitting under the iPad, which the iPad is my camera. The laptop is like my control center. So, and if you want to join me on this stream, it is the highlighted comment in the chat of YouTube. So I will also stick it on the screen real quick. It's right there, but all those numbers and letters and stuff you won't remember. But if you look, let me see if I can open it up here. If you look at the actual live, I'm getting feedback from this phone. I tried to turn the volume down, it wouldn't turn down all the way. If you look at the actual live stream, you've got the picture of me at top, and where the chat pops up, the first one should be mine because I pinned it to the top. It's not popping up, of course. There it is. It'll be in a blue box. That's the one where you can click on it and join me on screen, and I will keep my eye out if you're joining me. I appreciate you joining me this morning. Tomorrow is Mental Health Monday. If you are a channel partner, I apologize that you will not be getting early access to it because I haven't even filmed it or recorded it because I don't use film. And the reason being is I really just don't know what to say. I know that doesn't make any sense, but I don't know what to say because I've been on a mental health roller coaster for over a year now. And I don't want to keep saying the same things every single month for Mental Health Monday. And so I'm just kind of, all month I've been processing what to say, and I just really don't know what to say. So you'll get something. It will probably be very short and sweet. And I'm going to be writing some of my ideas down today and recording it today and getting it up there for you tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon is when it'll be on the channel, but I'm just letting channel partners know you're not going to get early access to that one just because I don't know what I'm going to say. Don't forget that this live is being brought to you by, oh, where'd it go? Hold up, it disappeared on me. There we go. Nomad Internet is the sponsor of this channel. My lives and my recorded content is brought to you by them. If you are looking for your Wi-Fi in-home or travel Wi-Fi needs, please go to Nomad Internet. Use the discount code CrystalVanner25. It's an affiliate code. I do get a little bit of change here in my pocket if you use it, and it saves you a little bit off of your purchase. And this channel does not typically do content for those under 18. Just making that little disclaimer so I don't have any issues. Hey, Pete. Love you too. One of these days I'm going to get up to Maryland and meet you. I don't know when. Hey, Judy. Good morning to you as well. Good morning to everyone. Char of Heart, hello. Thank you. Does anyone have a question they would like for me to answer If you are joining me because you were on Friday's Freaky Friday, thank you very much for being on Friday's Freaky Friday. And just as a reminder, everything that happens on Freaky Friday stays on Freaky Friday. We don't talk about it nowhere else. Just saying. It was very entertaining. So very entertaining. um, Dora says, "Good morning to you all. Peace and blessings, family. B1. I don't know what that means. Are you playing bingo?" Ooh, we should do bingo. I'm gonna figure that out, guys. I'm gonna figure that out. We're gonna do bingo on a live. I know that was probably a typo, but I think I have to figure out how to do bingo on a live. Gina wants to know, is the entire interior officially painted? No, the entire interior is not officially painted. I left the trim of the cabinets wood because I'm not sure what I want to do. We ended up, if you watched yesterday's short, where are those paint samples? Hold on. Oh, I don't know what I did with them. If you watched yesterday's short, you saw that I had 4 different gray little paint cards. The one we ended up with, or the one that was chosen for me, because people was choosing stuff for me because I was so indecisive. It was a little darker. It dried a little darker than I was expecting, and so I already had a can of leftover dark gray for my trim because I wanted a light gray on everything, and then the trim of the cabinets, because my cabinets have these square trim frame on them. I was going to paint that a dark gray, but now I feel like the gray that's all over now is almost very close to the dark gray that I had picked out for the trim. So now I'm like, uh, I don't know what to do. So I'm thinking that I'm probably going to just paint everything that gray and use all the furnishings like pillows on the couch, curtains to bring in the red and the lighter gray and the black and the white. So I think when we paint today, we're gonna just forego it and just paint all of the cabinets, whole cabinet fronts, um, the same gray. It'll be easier because we didn't paint very well. I think the frustration levels of both of us, we was just slapping paint everywhere at this point. It is not a pretty paint job at all. We did not do very well on edges. Like it's a little messy. Yeah, it's a little messy. So yeah, it is what it is. So that's how that painting went. Another question, Judy says, how did the painting go with the grays? Okay, so I just talked about that. Um, that which I see says, yes, I would love bingo. We would love that. Okay, so I'm gonna figure out how we can do bingo. The problem is, if I do a bingo on a live chat, you have to come on screen because you have to show me your bingo card. Okay, so I'm gonna do a video on how to make your own bingo card. So we get a piece of paper and make your own bingo card, or use your tablet in the notes app and draw on it, or make your own bingo card and figure out how you're going to cover those. If you make it on paper, you could just X them out, or put little scraps of paper on top. Everyone has to make their own bingo cards and make as many as you want, but you have to come on screen if you're going to play bingo with us, because you have to then show me your card so I'll know that you actually have bingo, because otherwise anybody could just be like, I got bingo. So I'm gonna figure it out, and we're gonna do that next month. We're gonna do that for March. So we're gonna have game night. Yay! So we're gonna do bingo, and then I will send a sticker to the winners of, and we'll play a few different games. We'll do regular bingo. We'll do diagonal only. We'll do horizontal only. We'll do blackout at the end. The last one will be blackout, where you have to cover the entire board. The first one to cover the entire board will get a T-shirt. So I'll send you a Crystal Banner or a Nomad for Less T-shirt, your choice. Anyway, oh, Jen says use a bingo app. Ooh, that's cool. Okay, well, for first I gotta figure that out, because I don't know how can I check you guys. Okay, I'll figure that out. Email me, Jen Lynn. Email me to figure it out. If you help me with it, I will send you a little something. Anyway, other question is, look at that. Thank you. I got oatmeal made for me. Because I was told after this live I'm getting back to painting. So I need to get nourishment. All right. We'll figure it out. Kathy wants to know, how are my shoulders other than the injury since the accident and painting? So I'm not painting any of the high places. He's doing that. I'm painting stuff that I don't have to lift my arm too much in the lower spots. I still need to go through and cut the edges of the carpet off of. I haven't painted any of that stuff down there. There are several spots that we need to continue with. So I'm not doing anything that's not, too high for me to lift my shoulder, because, long periods of time, yeah, it's not good. And it's mostly the left shoulder. Apparently, I guess where the seatbelt was, when I got thrown forward with the whiplash, I guess it tweaked something back here. And my thoracic spine, I have some issues there too. But so I'm trying not to do too much. That which I see says, be bold, paint some cabinets red. And I thought about painting the trim of the cabinets red, but I didn't know if that'd be too much red for me. But I still might consider doing the trim of the cabinets red, because I do have quite a few, cabinets and, like a few drawers and stuff, but I don't know. I feel like it's something I can always do later, like when I'm hanging out in the desert of Arizona. I can take one cabinet door off, and paint the trim red while I'm hanging out in Arizona this, next winter or fall or whatever. So I feel like I just want to have a clean slate and just paint everything all one color so I can just get in it and live in it, because I really want to do a trip in April. Even if it's just something local, I still just want to go in it and be in it. I'm tired of sticks and bricks, y'all. I'm over it. Over it. Jody says, does being on the road help your mental state? And what is your favorite thing about traveling? Yes, I feel like that's why I've been struggling so much since May of 2019. I have pretty much been stationary, and I feel like that's why I'm struggling. It's also a reason why the channel is struggling. Um, you guys want content, and I can't. I mean, looking at me in sticks and bricks is not what you signed up for, and I appreciate y'all for staying there. The diehard, like 2,500 of you, 1,500 to 2,500 of you who watch regularly. I appreciate you beyond words, because you guys are keeping me afloat, honestly. But I feel like you didn't sign up for this. You signed up for a van life channel, and I haven't done anything really van life related. And I feel like that also has played with my mental state, not improving, not being where I thought I would be at this point in my journey. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot of things that I was planning on doing in 2019 and planning on doing in 2020, and now I'm trying to make up for all that in 2021, and then the accident knocked me down and back to one, starting all over. Because I would have been on the road from November of 2020 to now. So I feel like, yeah, that's another thing that has messed with my mental health as well. Maria says, question, do you think Mona will be ready for your trip in time? Look, I'm going to move into her, whether she's done or not. Listen, if you have known me for even just a year, I will redo and redecorate while I live inside something. I'll have no problems with just moving in and being like, okay, well, it is what it is. That's why I'm not really concerned about getting the floor done. Because when we leave in May, it's going to be warmish weather. So if the floor doesn't get done, the floor doesn't get done. I will figure that out later. And when I have more help, because I really do want to take that couch out, and I really do want to get that carpet from under the couch, or at least clean that carpet that's under the couch. I really want to do that. So at this point, I'm not even worried about flooring. I want to get everything else livable and start moving stuff in it and take some little trips before we leave in May. So yes, whether or not. Judith says, how about spray paint for the top coat? I don't think so. I need it to be the same gray, and we bought a whole gallon, and we have a lot left. So I'll be taking it with me when I leave here, Virginia. On Tuesday, I'll be taking the paint with me so I can paint while I'm down in North Carolina. But I'll be back up here next week, I think. Anyway, we'll see. Kimberly is saying, I'm thinking about buying a 1996 RV. It looks like yours, but I'm concerned about mechanical issues. Get it looked at. Honestly, I would rather pay a mechanic $100 to $150 for a pre-buy inspection. Check the belts, check the hoses, make sure if it's a 96, you probably don't have the OB, what is it, OB, wait, OBD1, 2 port, you probably have the OBD1 port, so you might have to find someone who can, do a little diagnostic on it. It's worth it so that you don't run into huge mechanical issues. I'm the 10th owner of Mona, and she is pretty mechanically sound. Obviously, she came from Arizona all the way out to me with no breakdown. And I'm hoping that she will go for at least a good 2 to 3 years before she decides to have any major issues with regular maintenance and upkeep. And if the RV you're thinking about purchasing has been sitting for a long time, that's usually the death of a vehicle, because then you've got the fuel that's been sitting, then you've got the oil that's been sitting, and the transmission fluid that's been sitting, and all those fluids have been just sitting. So that can make issues mechanically. So just get it looked over. It's worth the investment. Before I found my minivan back in 2016, not your mom's van, I had 3 different vehicles I looked at, and I paid $60 each one to take it to a gas station for a pre-buy inspection. And each guy who looked at it, different gas stations, each one said, I wouldn't let my enemy buy this car. And I was like, okay, thank you for your time. It was worth the $60 to me. That was in Virginia, though, at that time. April G wants to know about, I was thinking about doing a video on this movie. I thought it would be a little clickbaitish. I know it would get the watches, just putting Nomadland in the title. I might still do a video on it. I'm thinking about it, so I'm not going to answer that question, April. I'm not ignoring you, but I'm not going to answer that question on this live chat. Thank you for Teresa for watching while you're on your lunch hour. I appreciate you having lunch with me. I'm having first of the day meal. I don't really like calling it breakfast. I don't eat meals. I just eat when I'm hungry. Thank you, Martha, for being here for me, whether I'm in the van or not. Oh my gosh, you guys make me feel so good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Pete wants to know where I'm headed. I'm not headed anywhere. I'm back and forth between Virginia and North Carolina, like every couple of weeks. So it's all good. When I go my first little trip, maybe in April, there's a little something happening with the group that I'm in on Facebook in April. So I'm hoping to be able to go and do that. It's in Virginia. So yeah. How is the weather in Virginia? So the part of Virginia I'm in is pretty tame. Unfortunately, Miss V did have some power go out last week when I was gone, but she was able to keep herself warm with the propane heat, because we do have a propane heater in the living room, and she has her own propane heater as well. So it's all good. Appreciate you guys. I don't think she had any more power outages. At least she didn't share any with me. I'm going to eat while I'm on the video, so here's some ASMR for you. Thank you, Tanya. Thank you, Gwendolyn. Let me just say this. I'm highlighting your comment, Gwendolyn, because I'm highlighting you as a person, as a Vanner Fanner family. Gwendolyn is an MVP Vanner Fanner family member. I legit, every single day, see a comment on a video from Gwendolyn. She has been going through the playlist from day one to current and watching every single video and commenting on every single video. And I think she's been doing this for months now, if not the better part of last year. Like, every time I go to check comments, Gwendolyn more, Gwendolyn more, Gwendolyn more. She is on all the old videos. Thanks for this info. Appreciate it. Thanks for the video. Just a couple of little things. And I telling you, I don't know where you live, Gwendolyn. You need to shoot me an email. If you're anywhere on the East Coast, I need to come see you. I need to give you a hug. I will mask up, glove up. I will put a trash bag on my body, but I need to give you a hug, because you for real are the MVP. Every single day, there's a comment on the new video. There's a comment on the old video. Every single day. And I appreciate you watching, commenting, thumbs upping. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Pete says we're only a couple hours away. So I'm in the southern part of Virginia, the southern East Coast near like Virginia Beach area. So I think it's a little more than a couple hours to Maryland. I want to say it's probably, I don't know, somewhere between 3 and 4 of your part of Maryland. I'm just saying. So there we go. Susan says, yeah, it took me a month or more to watch all your videos. Yes, Susan, I did see some of your comments as well. Oh, Gwendolyn is in Alabama. Cool beans. I appreciate that. But Pete, I'm not with you right now. I'm not going there with you. Oh, Susan, you're in Alabama too? Oh, we might have to do an Alabama meetup before I leave the East Coast. Okay. I'm not gonna be mad at that. We have to go down south. I actually have a part-time nomad friend who has family land in Alabama, and we maybe can meet there and camp overnight for a couple nights. I'll ask her. The oatmeal is too thick. I love him, but it's too thick. He's gonna watch this later, so I do love you, honey. I appreciate it. I'm gonna eat it. Oh gosh. Tanya, I appreciate that. Yes. Yes. We do have to support each other. I think women supporting each other. I think people of color supporting each other. I think people just in general supporting each other. Like, how difficult is it just to watch videos? There are people that I have subscribed to as a support, to help them. And it's not even something that I would watch. But I just let it play in the background while I do other stuff on the laptop. I just mute it and let it play and just check on that tab every once in a while. I'm just saying. It's not something I'm interested in watching, but I do it for them. I'm just saying. Okay, Kimberly's telling us more about her potential RV. Thanks for the info. 69,000 miles and one odor, great condition. Okay. Hey, I think you should still get it checked out though. But it's good that it's one owner because they probably have most of the mechanical records for it. I have a stack of papers for Mona and her 10 owners that I still haven't gone through that I need to put in order of newest to oldest repairs that were done on her, just so I can have that, keep that record, and everything I do I'll just put on top. But it's probably, I don't know, inch and a half thick of stuff. So it's good that you have one owner because it's easier to figure out all the stuff that's been done. Have they changed belts? Have they changed hoses? That kind of stuff. I had to have a belt change recently, and we're thinking it was the original 1988 belt, which, hey, listen, that's what, 33, 34 years it lasted. I'm not gonna complain. It didn't fall on. It didn't crack. It didn't break on me. It didn't break on Kathy when she drove it. It didn't break on Mama Willow. So I'm just saying. Tanya wants to know what I'm eating. I'm eating oatmeal because I have to go paint. And we've been on for 23 minutes. Man, these 30-minute lives go by so quick. I'm eating oatmeal because BF made me oatmeal because I have to go paint. And I have to have my strength to paint. So yeah, that's what I'm eating. Oatmeal. Someone wants to know, hey, unapologetically me. How do you learn to do electrical in your van? So I watched a lot of videos, and even though I don't really, oh gosh, I can't remember his name now. All right, if anybody knows the guy's name that I'm talking about, there's a guy who builds his own batteries. Young guy who lives in an RV, at least he did. I don't watch his channel anymore. He's a little rude and obnoxious, but his information is still good. He makes his own batteries and his own solar systems. And I think he's in California. But he does some really good stripped down version videos. I've watched him. I watched some of Bob Wells's, videos on doing really basic solar. And then when I first had solar put in Not Your Mama's van, remember, if you guys remember, I had those little teeny batteries. Yes, Will Prost. Thank you, Kathy. Will Prost. Proust or Prost. I'm not sure how you say it. Thank you. That's his name. I put it on the screen for you. Thank you, Kathy. I know, fan of family, you guys rock. So I used to have those little teeny small little batteries, and they were about this big. And I at one point I had like 18 of them, and all together they gave me 100 and just a little over 100 amp hours of battery. I want to say like 126 or something like that, because each one because I ran them together to form as one big battery, and they were teeny little batteries. Anyway, the friend that put that system in for me, I watched him do it. I helped him do it. I was stripping wires. I was asking questions the whole way. So if anything happened to it while I was on the road, I would know what to do, what to fix. And he was, going over troubleshooting things with me as he was putting it in. Like, if this happens while you're on the road, check this first. First thing to always check is your inverter. See if there's any loose wires, blah, 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 blah. This is how you strip the wire. This is how you crimp the wire. This is how you put the fittings on. This is how these are connected. See how I'm running these? These how they're connected. And I'm glad I did, because when I had Cardinal, I had those batteries we took a bookshelf and put a bookshelf in Cardinal, cut it down. At one point, one of my bookshelf shelves broke, and half those batteries, I made a turn, and half those batteries, well, the bookshelf didn't break. The strap I had in front of it holding the batteries on popped off. And I made a turn, and all those batteries on that second to last shelf, because I had them on the last two shelves, all those batteries came off the shelf. All the fittings came off. Some of the ends popped. Some of the wires pulled off, because they were all connected together. So when one fell, it was like a domino effect. So I had to figure that puzzle out. And so I'm so glad that I had that knowledge. So anyway, just keep watching. Keep watching, and whoever is going to do your system or help you with your system that has the knowledge, ask them questions. Get your hands in there. I'm more of a hands-on. I have to learn by doing. Like, no, don't do it for me. Let me do it, and you talk me through it, and then I can remember that way. That's how I remember. So there you go. And if you have solar, you definitely you're harnessing, it's a little bit of money up front, but you can do a basic system. Honestly, a decent system to keep a laptop, cell phone, and tablet charged for like $500. Like, just a decent basic 100-watt panel, 100 amp hour AGM battery from Walmart, which costs $100, and an inverter from Harbor Freight, and the Renogy 100-watt kit from Amazon. You can buy panels on monocrystalline panels on eBay for like $75. You can add a second one to your Renogy kit. So it's doable. It really is doable for the basics. And you can always add and upgrade. You can change battery later to a bigger, better battery. You can, if I had the money, I would be getting a 200 amp hour Renogy battery. I have the space now, but I don't have the money. So I'm just going to take everything out of Taurus and bring it over to Mona, and then I will beef up my system later. Because I have a whole cabinet for a battery now, and I could probably fit, the 200 amp hour battery from Renogy is, it's big. I could probably put that and a 100 in there in the cabinet that I have. But if I were going to go with regular AGM, the Walmart ones, I could probably put 4 or 5 in that cabinet. But, it is what it is. All right. We are going over our time because I need to take you outside. So I'm going to do a little quick shift of camera. So give me a second. I'm going to switch over to the cell phone camera so I can walk outside with you guys. So give me just a second. I've got to allow that camera to be accessed via StreamYard. So you're going to see 2 of me on the screen. Muting mic. Hold on, I'm going to take the headset out. Back on tablet. All right, let's remove the tablet. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Oh, good Lord. All right, hopefully you guys can still see me. Hopefully that takes care of the feedback. All right, I'm gonna walk you guys outside. All right, let me know if you can still hear me. Hopefully you can. Hopefully. Can you hear me? Check. Mic check. Thank you for saying that, Gwendolyn. Like and subscribe. I appreciate that. Okay, I'm gonna walk you guys outside so we can see. Oh, I need glasses. Where are my glasses? Where are my glasses? Ugh. Okay, did I leave them in the bathroom? Perhaps, let's see. Oh. All right. Glasses. It's cold, but it's sunny out, so I keep it right in my face. Okay. I'm gonna take you outside in the cold. It's good. It's so sunny. Okay, I can't even see my own screen, so I'm gonna have to turn the brightness up on my screen because I can't see what you're seeing, and that's not good. So I'm gonna get inside, Mona, and then turn the brightness up on my screen. Hold on. Bam, there we go. Okay, now I can see what you're seeing. Okay, whew, here we go. All right, in Mona, here's the color. I think it has a greenish-ish tint, more so than a blue, but this is the color. It's a little darker than I wanted. As you can see, the cabinets, the dark gray that was left over from a paint job from in the house is pretty close to this. It's a little darker, but I feel like, you know, I feel like it'll be too close. So I'm thinking, oh, I'm getting text messages. I'm thinking that I need to do something different, white or red or something. So the bathroom, we didn't paint it all because there's some leftover white paint. I think I'm going to do the whole bathroom white. You can even see that we took the AC unit down and painted the ceiling, which is supposed to be black, but somebody got happy with the gray. I'm not going to say any names. And so now, and look, the person that got happy with the gray and painted the ceiling gray was like, oh, now it looks like a submarine in here. So the whole ceiling, I wanted the whole ceiling to be black. And then all along the edges, I was going to put my USB, like little twinkle lights up in the loft, starting, let me see, where are you? Okay, starting from like here, this corner, I wanted to go all the way across the window frame, across here with the lights, across here, and then down to this other corner and have the twinkle lights up there, but have the whole ceiling black. So I don't know what I'm going to do now. I still might do the ceiling black later. We'll see. I don't know. But I do think I like this gray better than the other grays. I just feel like grays are going to have a little blue to them. They're going to have a little green to them or a little purple to them. It's just hard to choose the right gray. It just is what it is. So I think once I get the curtains on the wall, once I, you know, get the fabric, the new upholstery on the couch bed, and I have decided 100% that I'm not going to sleep up here. Because, you know, you don't think about when you are used to being in a self-built camper van, you put your storage where you need it because you're building it for you. When you come into an already built out rig or an RV, like this is literally an RV. It's a camper van, but it's an RV because it has all the RV systems. They don't think about what you have and what you're carrying. So I'm used to having underbed storage. There's no underbed storage. Look, guys. So there's the fresh water tank, and then there's the pump and everything. There's no underbed storage. So I'm used to having like anywhere from 4 to 6 of those Rubbermaid containers under my bed. So where does all that stuff go now? Because that was just like out of season stuff. My tool bin, like this is my tool bin. I've already, you know, downsized my tool bin to a smaller Rubbermaid container, but where does this container now go? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does that go? I'm used to having underbed storage, and now you don't have underbed storage. So instead of me climbing up here, because I don't want to make this couch into a bed every night, it does flip over. I'll do that maybe next Sunday. I'll clear the couch off and flip this couch over so you can see it in bed mode. But I also need to put the stuff that would normally be under my bed up in this loft. So this is going to end up being a storage loft, unfortunately. Because I really did want to try and sleep up here so that my couch could just be a couch unless I had the need for two people to sleep. So, and in thinking about it, it was like, yeah, that doesn't really make sense though, because what do I do with the things that are in the bins? And some of the things in the bins are like extra fabric. There's a whole bin of just fabrics and stuff in bags and backpacks. And, you know, I have a thing for bags. I have an obsession with them. Another one, a bin has like, things that I reviewed on this channel. There are things that I reviewed on this channel, but I don't use every day. So I have a bin of just that stuff. So it's like, where does it go? It really doesn't have a home. And yes, there's like 2 whole bins I'm getting rid of. But until then, you know, you got to figure that out. So just keep that in mind when you're building your van, that, you know, that underbed storage is priceless because it's out of sight, out of mind. You kind of put stuff under there, like my whole emergency rations food bin. Where does that bin go? You know, I don't want to put it in the regular pantry because my regular pantry food has to go in the pantry. Like, it doesn't make sense. So you got to think about that when you do get an RV. Think about the things you have and what's going to go, because my everyday living stuff is going to go in these cabinets. I also realized I found a paper handwritten note in here about things that work a little differently than you would think. And I found out that my refrigerator doesn't work. So now I've got to figure out what to do with that. Do I pull this fridge out and put my small 12-volt fridge in here that I kept and just use a small fridge and then maybe build a shelf on top of it? Because this fridge is huge. I really wanted to use this fridge. Not that I was going to ever fill it up, but it's a big ass fridge. Like, who wouldn't want to have all that space? And a freezer. I could actually have ice cream on occasion. So now I'm thinking, okay, so maybe I just take this whole refrigerator out, and there's a cabinet under the fridge. So maybe I take that whole entire thing out, put my fridge on the bottom on rollers, you know, on a tray, and then make shelving on the top and make that my bookshelf, because my bookshelf is going to go on top of the fridge. So maybe I do that instead. I don't know. Anyway, we've gone way over our time. I appreciate you guys for being on the live. I appreciate everyone who's watching this as a replay. Thank you so very much. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to be good to yourself, be kind to others, and whatever you are doing, I hope you are enjoying it. I'll see you next time.